I just started my hike. First boots on the ground for my treasure hunt here at Undermountain Trail, going up to like Bear Mountain area. The trailhead was packed. It's just after 9 o'clock. There are a lot of people there. I had to kind of park in funny. It's straight up from here, so I'm already out of breath a little bit, but looking forward to a fun full day of hiking and exploring. All right, see you on the trail. Just stopped for a little break here. Got some water. A little over a mile in. Let's see, 1.1. I did check the thermometer before. Looks like we're about 55 degrees. It's really beautiful here. But as I'm hiking up this blue trail, I'm like looking around, and honestly there has to be a reason why JCB would go in from like a point like this. So there has to be something. I'm looking on like trees or signs for something instead of looking just for the box. But I can't imagine any reason here. I got to get up to a trail junction or something that makes more sense, and then spend a little bit more time. Elevation markers, that 1727, if that means anything. Some of the pictograms, if that means anything. So just kind of heading up. All right, coming up on the Paradise Lane Trail. I'm pretty sure this is where I want to turn and head away from Bear Mountain, because I'm going to undercut it and go to the far side. Okay, just making my way through this rhododendron forest, and I was thinking about a few things. It like around that last corner, it cooled down a lot. The wind was blowing, the sun was behind the clouds, and it was cold. I checked my thermometer, it was 47. It was like only a quarter mile ago it was 55, so cooled down quite a bit around that edge. I was thinking about the treasure, and around here especially, these like rhododendron forests. There's no way that JCB would be like expecting people to kind of look through here. Like if you didn't know a specific point, there's no way you would just go traveling up through here searching around. It would have to be very clear to go look, otherwise no one's ever going to find it. And also I was thinking too, when he went to go hide it, like did he really come to a spot like this and tell himself that, you know what, I'm just gonna go inside here and bushwhack for 200 feet and then hide it and no one will ever find it? I think he wants somebody to find it, so it doesn't really make sense to hide it in like this area. I kind of just want to blast through, and hopefully there's some more spots. I know as I get over to Sages Ravine area, it opens up a little bit. It's more forest, so that's kind of where I'm going to look, but we'll see. For now it's just kind of busting through this this trail here. You can kind of see off to my left is Bear Mountain, I believe. The AT is up on top there, and I'm just kind of cutting underneath, and I'll find my way over on the back side of Bear where I can check over near Sages Ravine area. All right, just took a little break, got some water, took a snack. We're almost about 3 miles in. There's just a cute little like pine forest here. Had to take a leak, get something warm. I did check the weather. The thermometer says it's now 45 degrees, so it is definitely gotten cooler, and it looks like the sun is kind of gone away. I don't know if it's going to pop out again, but we'll see. Made it to Sages Ravine area. Just got off of the side trail. We'll go here at the Connecticut-Massachusetts state line. I am now officially on the AT. Definitely starting to look around. I just ran into a few people with a dog, two dogs, and or two people with two dogs. Talking to them, kind of, it looks like the trail that I'm looking for is right over here. They didn't seem to think that the road was open on the backside over here, but they came from the same place I did. So I am going to try and find this other little cutover road and then see if I can't head around that way. I'm really just gonna, at this point, gotta keep my eyes super peeled because this is primarily the area that I've come to look at. Yeah, so here's the sign here, Mount Washington Road parking. Trail guides, Bear Mountain. Let's see what's in there. Nothing. Look at that tree over there. That looks like it would be something. And the AT goes up the hill here. And I don't think this is a trail over here, although it does look like people travel this way. So I'll look around here a little bit, let you know if I find anything. Alright, this is interesting. Kind of looks like a birdhouse, but there's no real hole for a bird. So I'm not sure what it is. I think I got this long stick to look around, but clearly somebody has put something up here. It looks like it's been here though a lot longer than the box, and it's interesting. I feel like eventually it's gonna rot and fall down, and then the box would be right out in the open. But that is another interesting thing. Not sure if someone was living here at some point, but maybe some Boy Scouts decided to make a debris hut. Clearly, somebody put this together. Interesting little spot. Some rocks down in there. I like this spot. When I was younger, we used to make these debris huts in the woods and actually had to sleep out in them, and it was terrible. But it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. So maybe that's where I got my love for the woods. So I'm kind of exploring this area a little bit, but very interesting right here, to me at least. Little yellow flag. I might try to explore up this hill a little bit, and maybe that way as well. I have seen some red flags back over that way. There was a bunch of them, but this one little yellow one is interesting to me. However, this tree probably is not that old. I know these things are probably... Really awesome view here. You could see like Bear Mountain over here. The AT goes along down through Sages Ravine up over there. I think that's probably Mount Washington. And no leaves on the tree, so you can see pretty far. But it's pretty cool. It's been a great hike so far, and coming up this steep part here is tough, but almost to the top of Mount Frizzle. All right, well, in case anyone's ever wondering about High Point, Connecticut, this is officially the highest point in Connecticut. It's on the side of Mount Frizzle. You can kind of see Bear Mountain through the trees over there. And there's really nowhere to look around here. This is like super duper thick. And I can't imagine even kind of tracing through here. And besides this rock pile, there's really nothing. So I'm gonna go over to the Tri Point, I think. I'm just past the High Point here in Connecticut. Probably went, I don't know, 30 yards, and there's this lock on this tree, which is interesting. It's still like so thick in there. I can't imagine even like looking through, and this side's even more thick. Here we are. This is the Tri Point. New York, 1898. Massachusetts. I don't know why they didn't put Connecticut on there, but New York and Mass. Let's stay on it. I'm not sure. But this is the Tri Point. Maybe I'll bushwhack a little bit through these woods, check it out, and then call it a day. Really thorough sweep, I feel like, of this area within like maybe 30-40 yards of the Tri Point, all the way around. And there's a ton of cool spots to hide things, but definitely nothing here. Well, the good news is it's all downhill from here. The bad news is I gotta go over this mountain and around Bear Mountain over there, all the way down to the floor. So 6.5 miles in, I am pretty tired. I got about another 5 miles left. So we'll see. There's a beautiful lake over there. I don't know what lake that is, but that's real pretty.